everyone, welcome back to my channel. And in today's video I'm going to be doing a tag video because I haven't done one in a couple of months, and tag videos are so much fun to do and I thought I would bring one back. So today we are doing the Breyer bean tag, and this one was started by Infinity Breyers. So you're going to, there's different questions, there's 10 questions of different Breyers in your collection, and then you pick the one that best fits the questions. So let's get into it. Okay, so I cleared the shell for the most part. There's two more ponies over there and this little sloth, but I'm going to be using this to show off which models I picked out for the questions. So the first question is, who is the king bean of your herd? And my king bean is Oliver. I got him at the Clarion a couple of years ago. I think it was BreyerFest 2024. He was new in box and he was like really cheap, and he is in perfect condition, and I always wanted a Oliver. When I first met Oliver in person at BreyerFest in 2022, that was my first BreyerFest in person, I met him and then I figured out he had a model and I just had to have his model. So I didn't end up finding his model until a couple of years after that, but I have loved him ever since I got him. So he is the king bean of my herd. Then question number 2 is, who is the queen bean of your herd? So my queen bean is a newer model that I just got, but I got her for Christmas last year and I have loved her ever since I've gotten her. She is so pretty and I love her coat, and her blue eyes are just stunning. So she doesn't have a name. I still haven't decided on a name for her. I keep going back and forth, but I don't know. So if you have any name suggestions, you can put them in the comments, but she is my queen bean. The next question is, how many beans do you own? So I'm just gonna do traditionals because my schlikes are all over the place and my stablemates are all over the place. So I'm just gonna do the traditionals that I have and then maybe the stablemates that are on the shelf. No, I'm just gonna do the traditionals. So I'm gonna count all the traditionals and I will be right back. So I just finished counting all of my traditional models and I have 60 traditional models, which is, that's a lot to think about, but I know a lot more people have a lot more than that, but that is why my shelves are looking full. But there is this couple models that I need to sell. So if you go to my Instagram, you can see them in my bio in one of the highlight bubbles. Those are the models that I'm going to be selling because I need to clean out some models before BreyerFest because they have some really pretty models. So I'm definitely going to be getting a few from BreyerFest. Okay, question number 4. I'm pretty sure we're on 4. Question number 4 is, who is your sassiest bean? And my sassiest bean is this Gypsy Vanner. I mean, just look at him. His mane, his tail, he just looks like he would be the sassiest horse ever if he was a real horse. So he is my sassiest bean. Looking at my shelf, my other sassiest bean could also be this little foal, because I mean, look at the little sass in that tail flip. And that face looks so sassy. So I think this foal could also be one of the sassiest models I own. Okay, question number 5 is, who is your cutest bean? This was a hard one to pick out because all of my models are cute in their own little way. Like, if there's different ways, if you like make them look at the camera, their faces are just so cute. But I had to pick one, so my cutest bean I would have to say is this Hope horse, because she has hearts on her, and oh, she looks kind of small all the way over there. Her little face, she just looks so sweet and cute, so I picked her to be my cutest model. And question number 6 is, who is your tippiest bean? This was so easy to pick out because he won't even stand on the shelf. He has to have a buddy hold him up there. That guy has to hold him up. So my tippiest bean is Nicholas. He does not stand for anything. That's why I don't really ever take him out on photo shoots, because he cannot stand, and as you can see, he has tipped over quite a few times. So I don't trust him standing by other kind of tippy models because he will take out the whole shelf, and he stands somewhat high up on the shelf, so I do not want all the ponies to come crashing down. But he does not stand, and he's not my only Nicholas I have. I have 2 Nicholases, and both of them don't stand at all. So does anyone else have a pony on this mold, and do they stand? Because I mean, his legs aren't, that one's kind of warped, but they aren't that bad, and he just cannot stand to save his life. Okay, this next question is kind of a 2-in-1 question, but it is, who is your smallest bean and who is your tallest bean? So I don't feel like getting my mini winnies out because they are like, I don't feel like getting them out. It's too much work. So my mini winnies are my tiniest, but I'm just gonna do the stablemates that are on my shelf. So my tiniest is Make It Pop Like Pink Champagne from Breyerfest, and my tallest bean is this Belgian, I'm pretty sure. He's a vintage model, and I don't really like vintage models, but I for some reason love him. I just don't take him on photo shoots that much because I can never really get a good photo of him. I don't know why, but he is my tallest, and that one is my smallest. Okay, the next question is, who is your rarest bean? Now, I don't really collect super rare models. I have, if you look at my collection tours, most of them are like regular runs or Tractor Supply exclusives, celebration horses, so they're not like really rare models, but I just wanted to show this guy off. I don't know how rare he is or if he's rare or not, but I got him at the Clarion at Breyerfest this year, and I love him. I don't know if he's rare or not, but I found him for a super good deal, and I love him, and he's an Appaloosa, and I love Appaloosas, so I'm just gonna put him here. Question number 8 is, who is your fanciest bean? I would have to say it is probably Ezra or Battlefield Angel. He just looks like he would be a very fancy pony, which his real horse, which I met at Breyerfest 2022, I think, he looked super fancy and his mane was all braided, so the Vermeer mold just makes me think fancy. I don't know why, if it's just like the mane and the face, it just makes me think that he would be a very fancy boy. The last question, number 10, who is your thickest bean? And I would have to say, out of all my drafts, it is definitely the George mold. They are just so thick, as you can see. I have Theo and Legend, and they are just very thick boys. As you can tell, they are just thick models overall, so they would probably be the thickest models in my collection. That is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I am so sorry for the lack of posting. I have been a little sick the last few weeks, but I am going to get back into it and make a lot more videos in the coming weeks, so you don't want to miss those. So make sure you like and subscribe, and check out my Instagram and my TikTok, which is @GGBreyers, and I'll see you next time. Bye!